Good morning. My name is Joanna Stone. I am the Editorial Director for the Retail AI Council. I have the utmost pleasure this morning of interviewing our new Chief Communication Officer, and his name is Dominick Miserandino. He is the CEO of RetailWire, a featured speaker, a five-time Internet CEO who specializes in online publishing, which is very difficult in this day and age. He has consulted with companies like the Wall Street Journal, Morgan Stanley, Hearst, NASA. We can talk about that someday, and Goldman Sachs. So happy to have him join. So welcome today, Dominick. Nice to see
Thank
you.
you so much. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We're going to ask Dominick a few questions. I really want to get his insight into what's happening with retail. My first question today, Dominick, is the hard hitting. What do you see as the biggest challenge for retailers today?
I think coming up into this calendar year, the biggest challenge is going to be a combination of how to implement the new tech of AI
Yeah.
correctly without adding more drama to your life. In addition, I think the uncertainty of the election. While we're in this transition now, look at what happened in the stock market just yesterday, where Feds change the rate, people react one way or the other. We don't know. And I think especially with the question of tariffs, the economy, the government, possible shutdown or not, these questions are really going to affect retail next year.
Great answer. Okay, number two, what are retailers falling behind with? Like, where do you think they should be really doing more progressive work than they're doing today?
I mean, where they need to really be more aggressive and progressive is number one, of course, we've mentioned AI, but it's overall just new tech. You're seeing companies come out of the woodwork, Temu, TikTok. They not only understand how to market to the new generation, they also have the operations behindhand, so behind the scenes that you can really directly get to the consumer.
Such a great point. TikTok Shop is I sit in awe watching it sometimes. I mean, I'm not on it. TikTok's not my thing necessarily, but the way they're shopping, the way retailers working there, it is such a change. And it needs to be studied. It needs, if I was a retailer, I would be watching that probably every night just to get an idea of how quickly it's moving and how fast those products are selling.
Well,
Insane.
and that's the trick with new tech in general is that we come up with something, whether it was social media revolution about 10 years ago, when it was search engines, when they came out 20 plus years ago. And I feel like this is not a retail fault, it's business in general. You get some people lead that pack and other people fall behind. I saw it certainly on the media side where certain media outlets, when I ran the Celebrity Cafe and Inquisitor, we were doing better than old world media outlets because we just adapted to the technology quicker.
Yeah. Hard to do, but you got to do it. I mean, it's not even
Exactly.
a choice. I think that's really the answer. It's not a choice anymore. Okay, my next question is, can you pinpoint areas of the biggest impact AI is making now or you think will be making? What areas?
I think as an enhancement, I even say use the term a prosthetic to the human. It's great.
Mhm.
Uh, Copy edit this, maybe find me some errors here, sort this. The replacement to the human becomes an interesting challenge. It has to be an enhancement, and that seems to be where it does well. You always need that human. You always need that human to oversee it. But working towards that is really where it works best when you're using it as an extension of oneself.
God, great point. Okay. Now tell me, if you had a retailer in front of you today and they're on the fence about AI, we don't know if we're really going to implement it. We don't not sure where we're going to start. How would you even address that?
The question and the premise of it almost reminds me. I remember it had to be 10 years ago. I had a company I was on the board for, and they said, "Should we do this?" Oh, it had to be more than 10 years. Jeez, but should we do this Twitter thing? And I thought, yeah, probably should. The question always is there for social media, or not social media, any new tech, social media, AI, new tech in general. And of course, especially being part of the Retail AI Council, I think AI is quite valuable. So yes, it's just of course the how should it be implemented, and operationally, I always look at organizations say who on your team has the bandwidth to understand and handle this.
That's a great point too. I like that. Okay, finally, tell me your prediction. And I love a prediction, especially because it's the end of the year, right? Everybody's looking in their crystal
Always
ball
gets you in trouble.
or magic eight ball, depending on how you use your predictions, right? Predict how you think AI will reshape retail in the next 5 years.
I think we're going to see a lot of the mundaneness start to change. You have certain tasks, email newsletters, basic questions on chatbots. I enjoy so much now how Google's getting brilliant at calling restaurants or stores to make phone calls.
Yes. Yes.
All the basic stuff that I don't want to say mundane to devalue it, but when you have, I just need to know when the store is open. I just need to get what's the best coupon on this. What is the best deal on that? Those questions that don't necessarily require much thought, I think those are going to more and more. We're already seeing evidence of it, but we're going to start to see that rapidly change.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Yesterday I was on with the CEO of Bluestream, a product that does personalization. I bought a product, I scanned the QR code, and then the product started talking to me by SMS or text. And I've gotten a ton of text, Macy's, H&M. I'm a big shopper, so I get a lot of text messages.
Yeah.
Man, was this different. It was asking me seriously sweet questions about my dogs and when did I adopt them. And I was waiting for more questions. And I thought this is maybe the future of personalization.
I think so, but I'm cautious to say that because look what happened when Siri came out. We all took Siri or Alexa, and we all had our conversations with Alexa. What's the weather in Juneau, Alaska right now? Is that funny? Honestly, when's the last time any of us talked to Alexa that? I almost turned on my own. But when's the last time we did it? We don't really do it. So I think we're having this moment of hyper fixation on it. And where I think it's going to land is that removal of the mundane. I do think that personalization is going to be critical, but right now it's so fun. It becomes more of the toy until the toy settles down into more reality.
Great point. So what's your prediction overall for 2025 for retailers in general? Do you think if you could really say, this is what I think you should focus on, or this is what I think is coming?
I think in particular this year, the prediction to me is the unknown. I know that's the best prediction, but I think, I frequently will quote how my grandfather was a sailor and a great grandfather. And when he went out sailing, I'm sure he didn't say, when will I encounter an iceberg? Yeah. Sailing in the North Carolina seas, I'm sure he knew an iceberg's coming. Yeah, unpredictability this year to me is out there. We are going to see whether election and supply chain issues and all these wonderful things and the implementation of competitors jumping in with better usage of tech. This is going to be an interesting year to me because you'll see all these variables. It's just a question of when the iceberg comes up and how you handle it.
Wow, I love it. I want to tell you as we end this, I went to chat this morning and I asked about you. And I do that with everybody I interview ahead of time just to get a feel for what it says. And it did something astounding today. It not only told me about you, it brought up a video of you. And I thought, wow, if the video is not the future, I don't know what is. So with that being said, yeah, and it was a very nice video, by the way, and it was a beautiful outline that it gave of you. But I would suggest everyone start chatting on, AI yourself and see what's coming up because that's a whole thing now too.
I do recommend people always Google themselves, set a Google alert, but also to definitely AI themselves. I do
just coined a new term.
Yeah, I guess so. You have to see what that is dictating. You have to see what comes out of it. It's just always good to be aware.
It is.
What I Google alert myself constantly, and you should do the same in AI and say, wait, maybe where is AI coming up with this? It's still in its infancy stage. And the fact the video is tremendous. That tells a
It is.
lot. I'm honored when it shows that.
I think that you are an SEO genius as well. I mean, it needs to be said that you have done the hard work of connecting yourself to your keywords and all of those goodies, but you've been in internet publishing forever. So I would expect nothing less, but that really, I actually sat back and said, wow, that is super cool. Well,
Oh yeah,
Dominick, I want to
I'm going
thank
to do that
you.
next.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just want to thank you for your time today. And I'm sure the council will appreciate the fact that you've given us this new, just infused energy to what we're doing. I look forward to chatting with you more frequently in 2025. We'll do these little great Q&As because I'd love to get your opinion on things. And I think retailers should be hearing what you think, especially with the amount of traffic on your site and the work that you're doing for retailers. So thank you for your time. Look forward to seeing you at NRF and have a great holiday.
You too.
Thank you.